is a master board, a scrap master board to be exact. That is what I have made here, is a scrap master board, which later, probably in another video, I will be making tags out of these. But today I am going to make a scrap master board with you guys. This, I picked out this paper, and you can pick out any paper you like, any sturdy or whatever type of paper you want for your board. You can pick that out. I picked this out because I wasn't using it for anything else, so I picked this out. So I got all my scraps down here beside me in the bucket, and I'm going to pick out what I want as I go along, and you guys can do the same. So get your board out and pick your scraps as you go along. And what I do, I decide how I really, the main thing I want my board to have on it. Do I want flowers? Let's see, or would I rather have designs? Which I got a lot of these squares. Do I want those designs? Do I want it to be like wood? Just anything, which I think I'm gonna use these. And I always love flowers. So that might be my main focus, is flowers. Now these I'll just cut off pieces, cut them out in different ways. Yeah, I like these. Now to cut them, you can use, let me see, I have this type of ruler, and it makes the jagged edges big or small, which this one is good. I like that one. And then you can also use the deco scissors, which have different designs on those. So I got some of these, which I want to get the bigger ones, but I use this for now. Some of these get stuck because they're plastic. But you can use those for the time being, or use whatever you got, or just tear it with your hands. It doesn't matter, just as long as you get the edge type that you want. And I'm gonna have to pick out some more papers too. Now like this, see how you cut it? This one is just so much cutting, and then they get stuck. So I'm looking to get different ones. Yeah, so I really don't like those. I have some that did better cutting. I think the less design on there, they cut better. So I'm gonna try these. Let's see if those, so yeah, see that one worked a little better. I like that one. So I'm gonna see, I can put strips on this in different places. And these, I really like the bigger end on these. And you just take that ruler and see, it just makes it really nice. I like this ruler. It just takes you a little time to do it. And the other side is fine too. It is fine, but you gotta push down on this one, or the little one. It's okay. I think I'm gonna use my scissors. Yeah, I like those. I'll cut all of these. Now, the only thing, I not too long started doing these master boards. I started doing it because I want to practice on layering. So what better to do to practice layering is a masterboard. So I started doing this. Only thing I have a problem with is deciding, you know, where to put something, and you're like, oh no, where am I gonna put it? But you figure it out after a while, you know, so it's not that bad. I try not to put everything in one direction. I tend to do that sometimes. Now I'm gonna find some different scraps. I think this one is pretty. So I'm going to, and it has some flowers on it. Okay. I will do those. Try to get as much scraps as I can prepared, and then you can just go on through it. So I'm going to cut all these up. Try not to make them too small. I just like to get that little design in there. And that will work. Oh, and I like this one. This was some scrapbook paper I had, pieces of it. And those are cute. They look like lace. I can put those in there, like around the edge. I like those. So I think I'm gonna put those there. I'll use, and you can use any glue you want. I'll use this. I like this glue for stuff like this because this is the Craft Bond extra strength. I think I picked that up at Hobby Lobby. I need some more. I use it like crazy. But let's see. I think I'll put this one on like the edge. And I like to leave a little edge around it so you can see the board that's on the back. And you don't have to if you don't like that. That's up to you. Completely up to you. So you just need to make your first layer, and you decide how you want your first layer going down. So I'm going to use these papers as my first layer mostly. You don't have to put these, you don't have to make a first layer everywhere. You don't have to do that. And that's the beauty of this. It doesn't matter how you put it down, really. It doesn't. You just get better at it as you do it. And it's a good way to use up your scraps. And I like the fact that you just don't have to worry about being right or wrong. Or is it perfect or not? You just put it on the way you want. Like I do this glue. I use a lot of this glue. Why I need more. That is it. And now I gotta start putting it. See how I started doing it all just up and down. I have to not do that. So I gotta make myself put it a different way. Which that is what I'm doing. Okay. Got that down there. Now I gotta look and see if I got any other stuff I want to go down first. And I got this, so this will work. I'm going to have to put that right here because I'll keep doing the up and down. And I gotta get it covered, the whole bottom. That's what we're after, getting. I got this paper. I'll use that. And I will use have this pretty, I love this pink, which would give it some color there, pop of color. Okay, put that there. And this doesn't take very long. You just put it down where you like to. Before you know it, you're just done. And you can create whatever you like out of it. Oh, no, I like cutting the papers with these. Sometimes, you know, they're not going to show. The little design is not going to show, but that's the thing. You just do it as you like. That's the thing I like about junk journaling, is it's not perfect. You do it the way you like, and it's all completely one of a kind and yours. It is all yours. That is what I like about it. Junk journaling and making ephemera. It is awesome to complete, only yours, one of a kind. I usually make all my journals because I don't want one like someone else's, and I like my work, and I do buy other people's junk journals too. I'll have to get that down in the comments. Some of the people that I watch, I get inspiration from. I do buy their junk journals because they're so awesomely talented. And it's fine. And then we can learn and make our own. And if you're just not that type of person that wants to make their own, that is completely fine too. And you can just either do both, or just make yours, or just buy other people's. It is so fun watching how everyone is so talented. So I have to watch other people too. And it's fine. And all this, I'm about done. I think I'm gonna put this one right there. So I'm getting down to the end. I gotta decide where I'm putting this. Now I'm just going sideways. I gotta go up and down now. Let's see, do I have enough? I have some little colors. I need to put that one here. Let's see what else I got. I got this strip I can cover up this with. Yep, we'll put that right there. There we go. And I'm getting sticky everywhere. Let's see if I got anything, any other scraps in here. Well, I got a lot of scraps, but let's see if I have something I want to put, something different. Also, I have this. This is so pretty. This is wallpaper. I did make a journal out of wallpaper, not this one particularly, but I made a journal out of this different wallpaper. And it's this red wallpaper. And this journal is pretty good and sturdy. This is wallpaper too. I made the pocket out of. This is wallpaper. I made this pocket. Wallpaper, if you get the good kind of pliable wallpaper, it is the best thing to me to make journals out of. I really, really love making them out of wallpaper. I'm gonna have to make a journal out of wallpaper and make a video for you guys. I'm trying to see if I want to add that. It gives it some different depth there. Let's see what else I have in here. I don't know. I could use this. That one is a different color. Let's see. I might use that wallpaper anyway. I'm gonna cut it and use that wallpaper. It's giving a good color there, so it won't be all dull or same colors, because I can do that. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, so I'll put this one right here, and then this, I kind of like how that looks, so I'm going to put the whole thing right there. That's what I'm going to do. Just put that whole thing right there. And this is why it's so great. You just make it the way you want to make it. Do what you like, and it will come out awesome. That is awesome. I like the way that looks. Now you can completely cover up the back of it if you want, or you can just find something else to cover it up, which I have some more, this paper I wanted to put on here. This one. I think I'm gonna put that one right there. I'm not gonna cover up that hole. I'm gonna leave some of that right there. That looks good. I liked how this, I left the back a little bit. And if you still want to cover more, you can still put more on here. That is up to you. Which I want to put some of this. So I'm going to cut this with the deco scissors and put some over here. Now this would be like a second or third layer right here. And I'm gonna put that one right there. Yeah, because that needs something else going right here. Yeah, I think I'll put it right here. I'm not too much of a face person anyway. I did like the paper, but I'm not particularly fond about faces. If you like faces, you can do that. You can completely make a whole board with faces. That's up to you. And let's see what other pieces I got. Oh, well, I used those scraps already. I just want to put one more, just something right here. I wonder if that would look good. No, I don't want that. Not that one. Oh, here's some flowers. This one will work. Yep, yes. I'm going to use that one. Look at that. That's even nice. I'm going to take that one. I don't want to cut it in half, though. I do. Let's cut that in half. I'll cut a little bit off. It's got a little blue in it. Okay. How about use all my stick glue? Let's see. Now here, I could just put it down here, which I think that's fine. That is good. Yes. Awesome, awesome. That looks good. I might even put this piece I cut off somewhere else. Not where I put the other one. I'm going to put this one somewhere else. Let's see. Anywhere. That's still down there. I don't want it down there. Okay. We got that done. And that is our masterboard. And I like mine. It is awesome. And so what I do when I know what I'm going to make out of my masterboard is I take, if I want to make tags, I will put my tag wherever I want to cut it out from. And I will just trace around it like that. Oh, I'm just writing on the tag. Well, don't do it that way. You can take a pencil or a pen and you trace around, then you know where you're gonna cut it at. And that way you know what you want to make out of it. And like I did with this, you can see the tags. And then you just cut it out. That's what you do. They kind of almost look, no, they're different. So I'm going to make tags and labels out of those. And I'll make another video when I make the tags and labels out of those. All right, guys, that's it for today. I thank you for watching my video. Hope you learned.